In this week's portion, we read the verse which states that Jacob worked for Rachel for 7 years, and there were in his eyes but mere days, such was his love for her. And this seems rather absurd, very bizarre, because surely if you love someone, that even a day that you're not with them is going to seem like eternity. How could it be that 7 years were just like a few days in the eyes of Yaakov, in the eyes of Jacob? And perhaps there's a greater lesson for all of us that we need to take from those words. A lesson in how to attain our long-term goals or how to overcome challenges. By way of an example, if a person is trying to give up smoking or trying to refrain from alcohol, and the person's thinking to themselves, how am I going to remain sober my entire life? How will I be able to refrain from smoking cigarettes my entire life? And perhaps you'd answer that person and say, can you not refrain for 1 day? And of course the person will answer, yes, I can manage that for 1 day. And once he does it for 1 day, then it's the next day and the next day. And hopefully he would have broken the habit and created a new good habit, the habit of refraining. And similarly, it is the same with the Vayeitzei, our evil inclination. Our evil inclination will come to us, approach us and tell us, how are you going to be able to perform all these mitzvot? They are so numerous. How are you going to avoid contravening the lot says the do-nots of the Torah? They too are so numerous. And of course, it's just about attaining and doing one mitzvah at a time. Refraining from the lot says the do-nots of the mitzvot one by one. And ultimately we'll go and we'll gather, and eventually, please God, will fulfill so many more of the mitzvot. And that's perhaps the message that Yaakov is teaching us. To be able to achieve greatness. How do we do that? It's about the day-to-day successes, the small successes along the way. We shouldn't look too far into the distance to those huge goals. We shouldn't look at the huge challenge, but really break it down into achievable segments. That's what our forefather Jacob is teaching us. Wishing you and yours a wonderful Shabbos.